Hi, I'm Amy and welcome to One Mommy Scrapping. I love memory keeping in a variety of ways. And today I'm going to start on the first page of a memory book using dies from Tonic Studios. I'm starting with Life's Journey Keepsake Base Creator die set. And it's geared more as a baby book, but I'm not using the things like My Journey Begins with it right now. I'm using that. I'm also using the Memory Book Maker Layered Cascade die set and then the Keepsake Bookmaker tabs and paperclip set. I've decided that I'm going to use Paige Evans Bloom Street and this beautiful color pack from Doodlebug to accent the Bloom Street pages. The first thing I need to do is cut my background. I'm using a floral pink from the Doodlebug. Now this will go on top of the white page that you see there. I use the 7-inch dies. The Life's Journey set comes with 7-inch, 6-inch, and 5-inch dies. Both the base page and then this scalloped design that you can put on top of it. This is going to be my background. Next, I'm going to need some of the internal pages. Now, this is my example book. I've made all these up, and I'm not planning on giving that book to anyone. It's just a place that I put my ideas. And so I'm going to need 4 of these scalloped pages. I'm using the largest die set that came with the Layered Cascade book. I'm going to end up needing 4 of those because I'm going to have my page fold out 4 times. And once I finish with that, I can fit 2 of these on a page. Now you'll see there's a flatter side that is actually open because that's where you can make your pages from. And I am needing that open space to be able to have a place to put and tuck the pages under each other. So once I get 4 of those all complete, then it's time to pick out the color paper to put on it and the patterns. So I am using, as I said, Bloom Street from Pink Paislee by Paige Evans, and I need to pick out 4 different sheets. I like my front and back of each fold out page to be the same. So I will need in total 7 of these layered pages because the one that is actually laying flat in the book, you're not going to need the back to that one. And some of these you will see come back in a little bit. And I've picked these because with the pink background, I wanted things that had a little bit of pink and I wanted the designs to coordinate with each other, which is why I like to use a paper pad. But I also want them to be different designs. Like I don't want to have like 2 florals or 2 stripes. Once I go ahead and get all of those cut out, I then ink everything. For this book, I decided I'm going to use Spun Sugar Distress Ink by Ranger. I love the distress inks. I think they were perfect to add for nice edging. I will edge all of the pages in this book in the same color. I think that provides a little bit of unity, and when it's kind of like the vintage look when you're using the brown on things, but it's just more bright and cheerful, and I didn't want to use any brown. So if you notice, I only have 1 of the striped pages. That's going to be the one in the back that's going to get glued down to the base. And this is the page I always forget to ink when I am making memory books. I always forget the background paper. So I'm working hard to remember that this time. Now, here's where we start actually assembling the pages. I'm cutting out these layers, and they're going to all be pages in the book, and I'm leaving that end on. I will be trimming it down so that you can, it'll be a little less bulk. So first attach the background paper to the actual base page. For this, I'm just using the Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive. That liquid glue seems to work well. As for actually assembling the book, you're going to see I'm going to grab my red line tape for this fold out part because you need something very strong. Now the very base page, you can cut off the tab completely. And you'll see now I was looking for my red line tape. And they all kind of just stack up on each other. So I trim it down. There's about 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters for each of those on that flat edge. And then I'm going to grab my scoring tool and I'm just going to score down right next to where that fold line is going to be. That just makes it easier to fold later on when we actually get the pages all stuck together. All right, so here's my red line tape. Y'all, I'm not that great with red line tape. I'm just going to be honest. I tend to screw this up a lot. And you'll see that with my first page. What I have noticed is that when you put it down, you need to go back and press over it. And you can actually see it getting almost darker in color. And that lets you know that it's really adhered. And here's where I mess up. So when I layered them, I did not first make sure that the pages actually lined up with each other. I don't want the scallops all out of order. I want the scallops nice and neat, so when the pages are closed, it looks like one big scallop. So the trick to doing that is to line up your pages first and then press down the fold. And like I said, I messed this up, and so I actually ended up getting a little bit of that red line tape outside of the binding, so that's why I used my scissors and got rid of it. And then I just wrote back, because when I've made this page before, I have accidentally done them backwards because I forget that that last page is my back page, and I'm like, oh, I can just stick this anywhere. No, you can't. There goes, I lined it up, and now I'm go ahead and I'm accordion folding it. And then finally we have this last page, and then we've got it basically assembled for the structure of it. So everything lines up really well. And now I'm looking for magnets. Now, when I first made these pages, I don't think I used, or this might have been the first one I actually used magnets on in the example book if they're using Auburn Lane. But I just have these little teeny tiny 5mm magnets that I use. So, and you'll notice I use them in 3 different places. So I have one in the middle, and then I'll do one a little higher up and one a little lower, so that way the 3 sets of magnets are not right on top of each other, and it keeps it a little less bulky. Now, to make sure that your magnets match up and are in the right place, put your magnet down over the pattern paper, add your tape on top, and then you can close the book. When you close the book, the paper grips that adhesive and opens it up on the next page. Now I know those magnets are completely lined up, and I don't have to worry about it. I'm still using the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive because, like I said, it works really, really well. Interestingly, as much as I love my ATG, I don't really use it that much. And here you can see I'm putting it on the out on a little higher up that time. Because I think when I did the example book, I layered them all on top of each other. I was like, oh, I actually really don't like that. So now what I'm doing is continuing to layer, doing that same magnet technique, put it down, remove the backing, close the page, and then open it up again. I really love this floral paper that's going down. I tried to make sure as I did it, I alternated like the ones that have more of a white background with the ones that have the color. So the umbrellas are between the hearts and the flowers, because the hearts and the flowers each have that darker, have a colored background compared to the stripes, which to me has a white background. I'm going to keep layering these pages on, and you can see with that one, I went and put the magnet lower. So as I'm looking at it right now, as I'm doing this voiceover and looking at the cross section, no one place is completely built up. And I wish I could say I remembered who I saw a page like this from, but I don't. Now I'm going to next add in my little tab to hold it. When I first made that example book, I did not do this, which right now I'm cutting out a piece of the white cardstock. The reason I cut out the white cardstock is to add a bit of thickness. I noticed quickly, just with the little handling I did with the Auburn Lane book, that just the paper was not enough. It started bending, and I knew it was going to rip rather quickly. So I used that white cardstock, and it's the thick cardstock, and I trim it in half and a little less down, and that's going to add the stability. It ends up going inside the pink die cut that I am using for the tab. And there, I labeled it back. And that way I know I'm getting it on the right side. So, and what I'll do with that tab in a moment is put it glue it back on. But then I end up inking the edges because you can see a little bit of the white sometimes. And by using that ink, which is pink, matches the pink paper, then it seems to work out quite well. And it's very sturdy. So it's just like you turning the pages in the book. You've got that layer of cardstock, and then on the front and back you have the layer of pattern paper. Once it is glued down on one side, I go ahead and add glue to the other and fold it over, and then I'm done with that. Next, I thought the cover was looking a little bare, so I went and pulled the die set Never Stop Dreaming from the Memory Book Essentials Never Stop Dreaming die set by Tonic, and I cut out the layers in this green that was in the pack and the pink from the Doodlebug to give some continuity throughout the entire page. And once that's on, I am done. Please let me know what you think of this. Do you like to make memory books like this that are interactive? Let me know what kind of pages you like to see me create. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Have a lovely day. Bye!